Hello guys, my name is Joan,
My name is Ajeng.
My name is Silvia.
and we're gonna explain about overall equipment effectiveness that we can call it OEE method. And we're gonna analyze the OEE from PT Pemperindo Prima. This company that produces adult diaper and located in North Klaten in Central Java. Through every company wants the process to run smoothly, so that the product can be received well by the customer. And the problem is, PT Pemperindo Prima never measure productivity and performance. To calculate the OE value, we have three factors. First is availability, second is performance, and third is quality of PT Pemperindo Prima.
Total productive maintenance (TPM) is a conceptual agreement for proactive and preventive maintenance to maximize the operational efficiency of approved equipment to achieve perfect production with the aim of no damage, running smoothly and without damage that can hamper the production process. It can maintenance roles by empowering operators to help support the equipment significantly and increase commercial production and increase employee trust and satisfaction in workplace where total productive maintenance is an extension of total quality management. TPM has 8 pillars, and first is autonomous maintenance, means keep the place clean to make maintenance easier to perform. Second is development management, means the machine was developed to achieve high equipment effectiveness. Third is plant maintenance, means to minimize unplanned failures in a production process. Fourth is safety, health, and environment, means making the working area more comfortable. And then 5 is focus improvement, means improve OEE system and system efficiency. And then 6 is education and training, means involving the enhancing human resource in industries. And then quality maintenance, means tends to no scrap. And the last is office TPM, means motive is to extend TPM principles to offices. TPM has 5 S foundation, and there is short, sustain, set in order, shine, and standardize.
Overall equipment effectiveness, or that we can call OEE, is a method that has often been used in industry with the aim of providing steps that will help assess current maintenance. See a comparison of the capabilities of various works or equipment with the aim of improving the quality of the products produced and ultimately being able to make improvements to a company production. OEE is tightly coupled to the TPM goals, and there is no breakdowns that we can measure by availability, no small stop or slow running measured by performance, and no defects measured by quality. OEE takes into account all losses. OEE is a powerful production and maintenance tool to increase profit. This makes the cause of loss must be known and begins to find out the solution to the repair process, so make the equipment work, should work and produce support. And this is the table about OEE and TPM goals. The availability formula is operating time divided by planned production time. The performance formula is theoretical cycle time times process number of parts divided by operating time. Quality formula is total parts minus defect parts divided by total parts. So the formula OEE that we can get is availability, time performance, time quality. That we can get OEE score. A good OEE score can be approved as for 100%, 85%, 60%, and 40%. OEE components availability loss. Availability loss can be divided by two factors. There is unplanned stops and planned stops. Performance loss can be divided into two factors. There is small stops and slow cycles. Quality loss can be divided into two factors. There is production rejects and startup rejects. So we can get OE is a fully productive time.
And this is the data collection. First, we gonna collect the planned and unplanned data from PT Pemperindo Prima. And this is the example of planned and unplanned downtime data. And this is the data that we already calculate. And this is the total production and defect in December 2018. And the other information that PT Pemperindo Prima can produce 200 pieces of diapers in a day. And second, work hour is 8 hours per day. And third, that the date that doesn't appear are day off. And this is the data processing. First, we gonna collect the availability ratio. Availability take into account availability loss, which includes any event that stops planned production for an appreciable length of time. And this is the calculation. Availability ratio is operation time divided with total time. And this is the result that we have got from the availability ratio. And the conclusion is the worst class standard for availability ratio is 19%. From the data above, there's a lot of data that is still below the availability rate standard, like a calculation example still below the availability rate standard. The low availability value indicates that the time taken for operating time is smaller than the loading time. Second, we gonna calculate the performance ratio. Performance takes into account performance loss, which accounts for anything that causes the manufacturing process to run at less than the maximum possibility speed when it's running. Ideal cycle times refer to the time required or spent to convert raw material into finished goods. It's also known as throughput time. The remaining time after performance loss is subtracted is called net runtime. And this is the calculation for performance ratio. First, the formula is idle cycle time per unit times unit produced divided with operating time. And the second formula is total count divided with runtime and divided into runtime, ideal runtime. And this is the performance ratio that we already get. The conclusion is, we can see from the data, the number calculated above, that the efficiency are below 90%, with the cycle time is 0.005 minutes per unit, except date in 19 December 2018 that indicate too high performance efficiency. Third, we gonna calculate the quality ratio that takes into account quality loss, which accounts for manufacturing part that not meet quality standard. The remaining time after quality loss is subtracted is called fully productive time. And this is the formula for quality ratio. The formula is amount of good unit divided with unit product. And this is the data that we already get. And the conclusion is, we can see from the number calculated above that the defect quantity based on the ratio between the decent product and the defective product are all above 98% except 19 December 2018. So the data is above world-class qualification. After we get the three factors, We gonna calculate the overall OEE score from the formula that we got from availability times performance times quality. If the equation from the OEE factors are substituted in the above and reduced to their simplest term, the result is OEE is good count times ideal cycle time divided with planned production time. And this is the data that we already get. The conclusion is we use 40% standard OEE score for the company because OEE score of 40% is not at all uncommon for manufacturing companies that are just starting to track and improve their manufacturing performance. It's a low score in the most cases can be easily improved through straightforward measures, example by tracking stop time reasons and addressing the largest sources of downtime.
Six big losses. Six big losses have three factors. There are downtime loss, speed time losses, and quality losses. Downtime losses means downtime is waste time, where the production process does not work, usually caused by engine damage. And downtime losses have two factors. They are equipment failure losses and setup and adjustment losses. Equipment failure losses mean loss caused by damage to machinery and equipment. Machine damage often happens is that the engine suddenly dies, so the production process is stopped, while equipment often occurs is equipment that suddenly wear the drill eye, burns the dynamo, and etc. And this is the formula of equipment failure losses. And then the second is setup and adjustment losses, means loss that occurs because after the setup is done, the equipment or machine is damaged and due to the time stolen the old setup time. And the formula is like this. And then for the second factor of six losses is speed time, means a situation where the speed of the production process is disrupted so that production does not reach the expected level. And the two factor of speed time losses is idle minor stoppage losses and reduced speed losses. Idle minor stoppage losses means loss caused by the engine stopping for a moment. This is because materials comes late to the workstation or because of a power outage. Such losses cannot be detected directly without a tracker, and when the operator cannot repair a minor stoppage stop, it can be considered a breakdown. And this is the formula of idle minor stoppage losses. And the second is reduced speed losses, means loss that occurs due to a decrease in engine speed so that the engine cannot operate optimally. And this is the formula. And the third factor of fixed losses is quality losses, means a situation where the product produced is not accordance with the specification that have been set. And the factor of quality losses is defect losses and reduced yield. Defect losses means losses due to product production where the product has a defect after leaving the production process. And this is the formula. And then reduced yield means losses at the beginning of production time to reach a stable condition. Losses caused by a situation where the product produced is not accordance with the standard because there is a difference in quality between the time the engine was first turned on and when the engine is stable. And this is the formula. So this is, after all, these losses have overall equipment effectiveness is available loss, performance loss, and quality loss. And this is the 6 big losses result of PT Pemper Indo Prima.
Because From the calculation of 6 big losses, we want to find the main problem of PT Peperindo Prima system productivity. So we're gonna use a Pareto diagram. We use Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. The Pareto principle refers to the observation that 80% of the productivity belongs to only 20% of the population. From the Pareto diagram above, we're gonna eliminate the PT Peperindo Prima main causes, and that is idling and minor stops, reduced speed, and equipment failure based on the 80-20 rules. From the main problem Pareto diagram, we want to know the main causes of the problem. We're gonna use fishbone diagram. This is the fishbone diagram for the problem idling and minor stops. And this is the fishbone diagram for the problem of reduced speed. And this is the fishbone diagram of equipment failure. And now we want to find how bad the problem is. We use failure mode and effect analysis. And there is a step-by-step approach for identifying all possible failures in a design, a manufacturing or assembly process, or a product or service. From the method, we want to find the severity ratio, detectability ratio, and occurrence ratio. This is the indicator of occurrence ratio. And this is the detectability ratio. And this is the indicator of severity ratio. This is the failure and effective analysis of idling and minor stops. And this is the failure mode and effect analysis for reduced speed. And this is the failure mode and effect analysis for equipment failure.
Based on OMAX result in December 2018, the productivity was pretty good based on 4 criteria, while the OEE results show that PT Peperindo Prima has worse productivity compared to OMAX result. Our group concluded that the OEE method is better than the OMAX method because the standard calculation in the OEE method is more detailed. If the company uses the OMAX method in calculating its productivity, the company already feels that their productivity is quite good. However, if the company uses the OEE method, the company can increase its productivity more optimally than before. And this is the conclusion of the OEE method. First, almost all availability rate in PT Peperindo Prima still under standard, only 39% met standard. The low availability rate indicates that the time taken for operating time is smaller than the loading time.
And the second is we use a 0.005 cycle time. It means that the machine can produce 200 units in 1 minute. None of the performance ratio that above world-class standards except 90 December 2018. It means that the company must to increase their performance to get the optimal number of production.
Third, the quality rate in PT Peperindo Prima are all above 90% as of except 19 December 2018 that only got 37% quality rate. If we using the world-class standard, it's 90%, so the company already good at maintaining their quality, which is almost equivalent to the world-class standard.
The OEE score is based on the three factors. We use 40% as an OEE benchmark, but still there are some of data that under standard. So the company must improve their production systems, motivated the company team, and etc.
And the last, idling and minor stop has the biggest percent in 6 big releases, so the company must follow the recommended action to increase their productivity. So that's all about OEE in PT Pemperindo Prima. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.